So I have my elytra and I want to build some stuff for our villagers that we captured last time. And I got a comment from someone who would like to name our little happy ghast. So let me just find a name tag real quick. There we go, name tag. Okay, so the person who has named our happy ghast is Bearblocks_27, and they said that Lily is a cute name. Little Lily. I don't know if the name tag's gonna show, but yeah. Lily, there we go. So here I want to build a magical library inside the mountain, like kind of sticking out with some floating candles, things like that, making it a little fantasy. And over here, right where the cherry trees are, I want to build the farmer's house. I still need to make a place for the dragon egg as well, because for the past episodes it's just been chilling here on a little pedestal. But that's okay, you know? I want it to have like a really special place. So I'm gonna do some terraforming, clean up as much of this space as possible, and I'll get back to you guys when it's all nice and dandy. Okay, so while I'm terraforming this area, I just wanted to tell you guys that Henry's not in this video because he is on holiday with his family. And I don't know why my microphone was so funny this whole video. I think it might have just been that my microphone was too far away from my mouth. But pretty much I'm just cutting down these trees and I'm going to be flattening out some of the areas because right here where I'm with the cherry trees, I want to put the farmer's market house, something like that. And I'm going to put fields around it. I also want to put a windmill here. So I'm going to be flattening out. Same with the area near the library. Just so we have like a nice area to work with. And honestly, I did not know what I was doing during this video because it was just all... I was just winging the whole thing. What colours should we do? And you know, of course, it has to be a pink one. Let's go with the lime. Nice. I need to get all these trees down, so I'll get back to you guys again when I'm done. So then I just got rid of the remaining trees, and this was really, really boring. But anyway, guys, A-level results day are tomorrow. Anyone who's, you know, watching me doing their A-levels, how are you guys feeling about it? You guys scared, nervous? Honestly, I'm terrified for them, but you know, whatever happens, happens, and you know, if it doesn't go how you expect it to go, it'll be fine, honestly. Everything will turn out okay. Okay, now I've got all the trees cut down. I'm gonna try and repair my really cool shovel and get rid of as much as here. But actually, on our trip to the end city, when we were losing the end cities, we got a really good diamond shovel. So I think I'm gonna use this for now. Until I can repair my better shovel, you know. I then took a quick nap in my bed and it was time to get to work. So pretty much I just came to the area where I wanted to have the library, got rid of the grass in the front of the building so I could actually like make the building stick out. I then put in the midpoint of the building and calculated how much I wanted the width to be, so it would be even on both sides. But pretty much the whole idea of this library is, I know that we're gonna have a lot of library villagers, like a lot of librarians, so I wanted to make a big statement library. And I didn't want it to be like boring, so I kind of want it like, okay, it kind of turned out looking like a community center, but pretty much I want it to look magical. So it has like beautiful like floating candles, like something like you'd find in Harry Potter, you know, like a fantasy, magical spells, witches kind of library, you know. Since in my first episode, I'm pretty sure I wanted my whole town to be like fantasy themed, even though it's not really fantasy themed, but it kind of is. But anyway, I didn't really have a plan for this library. I just knew that I wanted a big library, so I kind of winged this as well. But I had a color palette in mind, which is similar to all the other buildings in the town, kind of mixed together. And so I started building the base of the farmer's house. It was just going to be like a nice, simple little like cottagey house. So I made a frame using spruce. I then stripped it because I don't really like the look of raw wood. And I wanted the inside to be oak, just like some of my other buildings. So unfortunately I did run out of oak pretty quickly. So I started placing some dark oak trees around because I knew that I'd need those for the roof. And then quickly sailed over to the other island so I could get some extra wood because unfortunately I was running out really quickly. I then brought all that wood back to the house and started building up all the walls one by one, and then started stripping them one after the other. So that gave us a nice base wall for the house. Don't know what happened there. Switched my pickaxe by accident. Oh, I'm so tired. I go up in the morning, it's like... Oh! Oh my god, where did you come from? Oh my god. I've got flashbacks from my hardcore world. I then started building the roof, which is made out of dark oak planks and dark oak stairs, and I wanted the roof to have like a slight curve to it, not too dramatic, but kind of like delicate. So I did that. I did have to change the other side because unfortunately I did build it crooked, but once it was perfect, I copied the same pattern onto the other side, finished it off with some slabs in between to finish off the outline. I then got onto the roof, which I wanted it to be green to kind of match with the house. So I used some green wool for the bottom to kind of like cut it off from the main roof and the main house, and then just filled in the rest with lime terracotta, and it looked really nice. I then got some dark oak slabs and I kind of built an edge on the top just to give it some three-dimensional attraction to it. I then added some torches around because, you know, it was getting dark. I started adding the second floor, well, the first floor walls. I didn't want them closed though because I felt like it would be way too dark in the house, and I didn't feel like glass would really fit the upstairs, so I added some fences instead. Unfortunately, I did run out of like one fence, so I had to make a couple extras, which is a bit annoying. But I did want to add some windows on the ground floor. So I didn't want to put fences here because, you know, too many fences, it's just going to be the same thing over and over. I placed the door and I decided that I wanted to have pink glass in these windows. So I got some pink glass, made some of them three-dimensional, some two-dimensional, and it actually looked really nice. And I wanted to put some little, what are they called? Shutters. But, you know, I wasn't really liking just the bare trapdoor, so I added some fence gates underneath it. Then my axe broke, so I had to make a new one. And I broke off the old cherry shutters. I then also wanted to add a chimney to the house because it kind of felt like, you know, it needed it. So I made it out of mud, so it would fit with some of my other buildings that I've got mud detailing in them. I made a campfire to go on the top just to create that like nice smoky effect. And I also wanted the chimney to have some kind of trapdoors around it to kind of look more like a chimney, and I felt like cherry was perfect because it kind of adds more of that nice pinky color to the building, which is what it was missing. Yeah, so that was pretty much the building done, and I could move on to the foraging around it. But I also had to build the flooring still, and I forgot how powerful my shovel was because I broke some dirt and it was like it broke like the whole area around it and everything. So So yeah, so it just came to foraging. So I built a path, and then I put some leaves around it, some flowers, and I bone mealed the area. As you can see here, I'm placing the leaves because, you know, I love a big naturey touch to every single build. So yeah, so I added some leaves, and here I'm looking for some bone meal just to add a nice like natural touch around it. And then I just connected the path to our path to the nether portal, and that was pretty much that done. And 1, 2, 3. 33. Now, will this be enough for this big wall? We have 3 left. Okay. We've got this wall filled in, we've got all of this filled in. Where's our door? I'm also gonna need a trapdoor. What these up there? Okay. What do we have? So I came back to the house and I finished off the window after I went to eat dinner. So that was done, and I wanted to work more on the back of the building, such as here I want to have the dragon egg. And I decided that, you know, I want to put a little like border across this part here. So I used mud bricks there to match with some of the parts of the building. I put in the rest of the mud bricks that were on the back because, you know, I was missing a lot of the oak wood, so I might as well put the mud bricks in. I counted up how much I was missing, and added as much as I could, but, you know, there was a lot missing. So I started placing bits of the roof down, which was moss, it was stone. I used a lot of stone here because you can actually bone meal the moss to spread over the stone. So you don't have to like go mining for like loads and loads and stacks of moss. So yeah, so I just placed stone everywhere, put a little bit of moss in so it'd be nicer to spread around. Okay. That's not bad, that's not bad. We need bone meal though. So I got more bone meal and I just started placing more stone. Placing as much stone as I could. I didn't put as much moss in between all the blocks this time though. I don't know why, but that's just what I did. I tried to figure out what to do with the roof here on top, but I just ended up filling it up with just stone. Lovely. Okay. I think that's all the stone placed down. I'm gonna have to put singular moss blocks through here because the stone doesn't change if it's got like a block above it. I then got straight to spreading all of the moss around. Here, I destroyed one of the lines because this one was really quick to replace, and I could use that line to actually fill in that little like missing line that I've got over here. So then I got more bone meal using Henry's bone meal machine and just started spreading all of it, and that was pretty much the roof done. It was all nice and mossy and pretty, and yeah, so it was actually like an amazing success. So then I broke down all the trees because there were still parts of the wall missing. So I got as much as I could, started filling that whole wall in. Unfortunately, it was still not enough to fill in the whole wall, but you know, it was okay for what we had. So then I placed more saplings down and we could get onto some extra little things. So here I wanted to place more stone stairs around to add more like texture and detail, and here I'm adding more leaves to add that natural touch back into the building, even though we have a literal moss roof. So I added some light inside because, you know, I don't want stuff to spawn inside, and I wanted to add a little frame around the window that's at the front inside because it kind of looked a bit funny just being like floating glass. So yeah, so I placed some stairs down, I placed some little trapdoors on the sides just to create a nice clean frame around the whole build. I then realized that my tree grew, so I went and collected it, started placing more of the oak logs and stripped them again, and the wall was becoming more complete. I then grabbed the dragon egg because actually I hadn't placed it anywhere nice yet, so this was the perfect place, you know. So I grabbed more oak, started filling more of the wall, and that was just constantly what I was doing. But I was like, you know what, I'm sick of this. So I started building the little wheat farm that was meant to go around the farmer's market house. So pretty much I was just placing like loads and loads of stone, like stone stairs, stone slabs, stone walls, and that's just what I was doing that whole time. I'm pretty sure I then started putting in all the holes with the water. And I got as many seeds as I could to start planting in this little area. As you can see, here I'm grabbing water to just place it around so that every single dirt block is hydrated. Got my hoe out and I started hoeing the whole area. Honestly, this was like a really boring task to do. It was just the same thing over and over and over. So I finally got the whole area hoed. There were some areas that weren't hydrated enough, but I placed all the seeds down. You know, it didn't cover the whole area, but it covered quite a bit of it. So then I could get back to the community center build / the library, and I could finally finish the wall. And that was pretty much the building done, just without the interior. Okay. So this is like while I'm editing, by the way. I just wanted to go back in and add a windmill. So I don't think there should be any voiceovers after this. Also, I did not end up having loads and loads of cobble left because apparently I only have this much left. Ah! Yay. Okay. So I want to have a windmill like on the edge. Like right here. Or right up here. I don't know what to do. Oh. Okay, we're gonna need some more spruce. Definite. And some more stone bricks. Okay. Let me just go get some stuff for this and I'll get back to you guys once I've got all the stuff that I need. So I did end up having to do a voiceover, unfortunately, because I thought I was actually talking while I was doing this, but I was like nearly completely silent. So here I am placing all the bricks. I didn't have enough and I couldn't be asked to go mining, so I just used some stairs and other stuff to give it a little bit more texture. So the first, like the foundation bit is just going to be stone and spruce, and here I'm placing in the dark oak flooring. And I want the next level to be pink, which is why I've got the cherry logs. And as you can see here, I'm building it up. It's not going to be like the tallest mill you've ever seen. It's just I wanted a mini mill just to have like a small little decoration bit on this farm because it kind of felt a bit empty. So as you can see here, I made a little pink tower on top of the mill base. I then made some spruce stairs and slabs, trying to like add more like roof detailings around this. I know it matched the walls, but honestly I kind of like loved it. I then built a little pillar going all the way up to the top because, you know, I want to have a little sightseeing thing up there. So I brought back some more stairs, some more slabs, and I started building like just a sort of fancy roof. I didn't really know what I was doing. It was just some kind of amalgamation of different blocks. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I did get rid of these stairs later on though, because I did want to add some glass here, so you can actually like, you know, kind of look around. You don't have much space to look around, but it's enough to actually like see what's going on around you. So as you can see here, I got rid of some of the areas, got rid of most of the stairs so I can add the glass panes. I also got rid of the, like a little bit of the cherry blocks because I wanted to put some stairs there. So I would still kind of like blend in, but we have more space inside. I also created some iron bars here, got a bit of stone because I wanted the peak of the tower to be really spiky. So as you can see here, I also made a flooring using a little trapdoor. And here I just blocked it off and I created a little spiky tower on the top of my windmill tower thing. But yeah, so that was done. I added some detailing around with some green glass panes. Added some signs around the whole building and I added a lantern so it would actually like light up. You can actually see what's going on in there. And then it was time for the actual like mill, like the, what are they called? These things? I don't know what they're called. So yeah, so I just made them out of white wool because white wool, it was just the basic answer and it does look nice. So I added those, and then I used some dark oak fences to bring that all together. I actually love this windmill a lot. I think it turned out a lot cuter than I thought. Oh my god, it's so cute. Okay. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, I'm gonna put down some more greenery and finish the farm, and I'll come back to you guys when all that is done. Okay, so pretty much that's everything done. We've got the windmill, we've got the library, we've got Lily the Ghast, and we've got the farmer's house. I'm hoping to do the interior at some point soon. So yeah, and we'll be able to move the villagers in soon enough. Give me some ideas, please, for the Fletcher's house, because I genuinely don't know what to do for his house. But yeah, any suggestions would be amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys all for the support for the 100 subscribers, and I hope I'll see you guys in the next video. So yeah, bye!